Hi, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Before we start the video, I have to thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have hit 30,000 subscribers together. I am just so excited. You all are absolutely the best, and I appreciate each and every one of you so, so much. So thank you so much to 30,000. So today's video is going to be something, a bit of a departure for me. I have only ever done, I think, one other reaction video ever. And today I'm going to be reacting to Nikki Sky's video, and the title of hers was Getting Rid of My Entire Luxury Handbag Collection, Chanel, Hermes, Dior, It's Just Baggage. And before we get into that, let me apologize for my voice. I have been very sick, and I'm going to try not to cough or sneeze or do anything on you, which, thank goodness there's a monitor between us, right? So I thought that this was very, very interesting, and I wanted to have a discussion with y'all. So I'm going to share the jewelry like I always do. I have on a gorgeous Swiss blue topaz and diamond ring. I have on my Hermes, I can't pronounce it, chain to something, bracelet. I have on my Larimar in blue topaz, and then my David Yurman blue topaz. The earrings are just hoops, and I can't remember who made them. But yeah, I saw this video yesterday, and I found it very, very interesting watching this video. I found it very fascinating. She is not somebody who has come up in my feed a lot. I have watched her a few times over the years. One of the most recent ones that I had come up in my feed was her Hermes unboxing video. And so after I watched this video, well, I saw a few. So I'm going to link a video down below. Jessie Style did a video about Nikki Sky and Anna Bay not wanting luxury handbags anymore. Anna is not getting rid of any of her things from what she has said. Nikki is doing a huge purge. So that was the first I heard of it, and I watched a couple of her videos. She has a video where she reveals her custom closet. It is absolutely beautiful. She has a video where she starts to get rid of things. There's been a lot of content creators, luxury content creators, switching to a space of minimalism or of not buying anything, no buy, low buy. There's been a lot of the low buy, no buy. When I did my video on taking a shopping pause, I got a comment, like this gargantuan comment, that the person was so irritated with the low buy thing, and it was over and done. And I'm like, you didn't watch my video. This is not a low buy, no buy year. This is a little tiny pause. She was adamant that I could have done a more fun video, but the title kind of told you what it was. But there has been a lot of these, and a lot of declutter videos, and I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't watch those. I find them I don't like them at all. I don't watch them. I'll watch a vlog sale once you've decided what you're decluttering, but especially if you're going through your clothes and stuff, I just could care less. I can't imagine that you'd want to watch me go through my closet and be like, this sweater, you know, I don't know, I just don't like those. But there's been a ton of those going on. And I thought Nikki's was unique in the fact that she is actually letting everything go. She has a website that is linked to her video, and I will link her channel down below. And she has several things for sale on there, some handbags, some things that have already sold. And so she is getting rid of everything. And she had, she just said that for her, that it just didn't feel right. She didn't want any bag with a logo. It made her feel, I'm not sure if this is her word or mine, but icky, to wear. She just didn't feel comfortable in her own skin wearing these logoed bags that she had spent all this time collecting. Her closet was gorgeous. It's still gorgeous. It just doesn't have much in it anymore. but she spent all this time and energy, and she decided that these things didn't make her happy anymore. So she had a lot of things to say, and I have nothing negative to say about her video, but my only kind of one little thing is that I saw on her sale page is that she was selling a lot of Lily Silk items. I don't know, because like I said, I don't follow her. That's just, I don't. But I assume she's worked with Lily Silk and that those items were gifted. When you work with Lily Silk, they not only pay you for the video, but they gift whatever you're given. I have worked with them several times in the past. I have decided silk blouses and me just don't go together, and I donated those to a women's shelter. So that was kind of my only you're selling things that were gifted, but for all I know, she's donating all the money to charity, or she has something she has to pay for. It's none of my business. It's not mine. I know it's absolutely none of my business, but I just personally gifted things. If I don't want them, I donate them. That is me. That's the only thing I said. But I liked all of her points that she made, I thought were pretty good. And one thing that I really liked in her video is she didn't have any judgment for anybody else who was still purchasing luxury. She's like, if that's what you want to do, do it. So many of these content creators that have shifted then turn around and make these videos shaming you, calling you an addict, all these, names. Like, all of a sudden they're a licensed psychologist. I have been sick I've been in bed for like 3 weeks, so excuse me if I don't get my words together. Out of 4 weeks, I had one healthy week, and that was the week that the last 3 videos were filmed in. But, it's like they turn around and they want to shame you and call you names, and you shouldn't own this number of bags, and you shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do that, and, this is making you poor, and this is doing this, and this is doing this. How do you know? How do you know it's anybody's bank account? How do you know if something is making somebody else poor unless they admit it to you? Some of the people that have made their shift did it because they themselves feel like they themselves are addicts. That is not what I got from Nikki. What I got from Nikki was that these things are not bringing her joy, and she thought they were bringing her joy by pursuing these things. She read a book at one point, and the book really had a pivotal effect on her life, and a lot of what she got rid of made such sense to me. She has 2 little bitty children, and she had a lot of beautiful high heels. I don't have little bitty children, and I don't want to wear high heels, but I couldn't imagine trying to chase after a toddler in them. She sold her Birkin because she said a handheld tote doesn't work when you're trying to hold a baby. And in her video, she shows her holding a baby and trying to carry the Birkin, and it makes a lot of sense. She said something that I thought was very, very interesting about buying luxury, is that it's women competing with other women. And I have been hearing that as long as I've been on YouTube. I have been accused of competing with other YouTubers. Oh, you're competing. Even though we don't have the same things, we're not buying the same bags, we don't have the same brands, but they'll even put a specific person. And I don't think that that's always true. I think that we can be very happy for other women that are purchasing things. I'll give you a great example, and I absolutely love watching Karis, LV Lover CC, when she does these huge Tiffany hauls. It's all diamonds. She buys the Mac Daddy stuff, and I have had this conversation with my Tiffany sales associate multiple times, and I tell him, there's this YouTuber, and she gets the Mac Daddy. It's all diamonds, and it's so cool. I'm genuinely happy for her. I think it's fun to watch. I have no jealousy. I can't compete with that even if I wanted to. But I don't believe that has to be true about women, especially in the luxury community. I don't think that we all are competing by any means. But she had 5 points that she called lies. And the context around that is I'm blanking out on a little bit, but lies that we believe about luxury. The first one, she said that they're a good investment. I'm 1,000% on board with her on that. They are not a good investment. She gave examples of what good investments are. And then she gave the example of when she sold her Birkin that it didn't go as well as she thought it was going to. And that's the bag that is supposed to be the one that is worth the most if you have one in your collection in good condition, in a good color and all of that. So I found that very interesting. Status symbol, that we are buying these things to look wealthy, so the outside world, to look wealthy to the outside world. And the more that we look at the outside world, the less we connect with ourselves and others, and we're just filling a void. I disagree with that one. I don't, how do I put my words around this one? I disagree with that one. A lot of the bags that I have, people where I live would have no idea what they are. Very few would, and most of my friends have no idea. I buy them because I like them, not because I want the outside world to look at me and say, oh, look, she's, wearing a Louis Vuitton bag. But I can see where she's coming through with that. And then number 3, she said classic and timeless. So she herself pushed this. And a lot of us say this. I've said this, I'm sure. The Chanel classic flap. It is a classic bag. It is timeless. And what her point with that was, I agree that there are classic timeless bags. And I also agreed with her point on this. It has to work for you. As much as the Chanel Mini is such a popular bag, it did not work for me. It is classic. It is timeless. It is a beautiful bag. It did not work for me. So I agreed with her on that one. Number 4, perfect hand-downs to future generations. And I 1000% agree with her on this because you know how my children are. I have one daughter that's into handbags. Would she want to inherit 50-something handbags? Probably not. Are they all her style? Are they going to be things that she's going to want to wear? Probably not. And then the other daughter, she wants one. She wants that little pink Speedy. So her children are too young at this point to know if they'll be into these things or not. But you can't sit there and bank on the fact that your child's going to want your Chanel flap or your Birkin or whatever. Hopefully they can sell them if they don't want them and make some money on. But you can't go with it needs to go to future generations. In my opinion, I agreed with her. And number 5, I agreed with her on this one as well. She said they're rare, hard to get. You're told, this is like the last one in the country, and that thought of scarcity, and it makes you want to go out and get the bag. The pre-spend and what it does to your brain. Like, she did mention that she did a lot of pre-spend to get her Birkin, and I agree with all of that, because it does. It's like, oh wait, there's only one left. I got to make my decision right now, and you don't think about it. So I thought she had some really, really good points. And one of the things she said under that one about it's hard to get rare, do you love it because it works for your style or because it's rare? And I agree with that 1000%. I have definitely bought things. The Chanel Mini, we'll just keep going back to that. Didn't work with my style. It were very hard to get at the time. And, you had to be on a wait list and all this, and a wallet on a chain, Chanel wallet on a chain. They don't work for me, but I thought I had to have one because, again, it fell under that classic. It was rare. It didn't work for me. So I thought she had some really, really good points. And I thought it was really interesting, though, that she's actually getting rid of all these things. If it was me, I would probably be more like Anna Bay, and she's, as far as what I've seen her talk about, I would probably keep most of them. I would get rid of, like she's saying, the heels, the Birkin, I don't know, I would probably keep the Birkin because I know with having adult children that phase is pretty short, but this seems to make her happy, and she seems to not be putting anybody else into a place of judging them. And I'm all for whatever makes somebody happy. But what do you all think about this new trend? I see in the comments a lot of other people's videos that they'll talk about any influencer who's not buying anymore. Number one, that they, I said they start saying that they're broke. They're broke. They can't afford it. The other thing I keep seeing is it's such a popular subject right now that they're flipping for the views. I don't know. I don't know these women personally. I can't imagine that Nikki would actually, I don't know her. It feels kind of odd calling her Nikki, Mrs. Sky, I don't know. I can't imagine that she would sell everything she owns to pivot her channel. She has a lot of followers, over 500,000 followers, and I'm sure people would watch whatever she did. When I looked through her channel, it was a lot of varied content. So, I don't know. What do you think about it? How do you feel about, are you wanting to get rid of things? Are you wanting to stop shopping? You had such good dialogue and such good comments on the video about is luxury dead? And I do intend to make a reaction video to my own video with your comments, because it was very eye-opening. A lot of you had really good things to say. But I hope you have an amazing day today, and I hope to talk to you again very soon and to sound hopefully normal. Take care. Bye-bye.